Hello and welcome to another unboxing by Pushing Cardboard. I'm Grant Lindeberg. Today we're having a look at Kernstown, a blind swords game from Revolution Games, and I got the box version of this. So rather than these come in either a Ziploc, which I often get, but I shelled out the extra $10 or whatever it was for the box version, as they were on sale anyway, and. I should just note that when you get the box version from Revolution, they don't come Ziploc. They just come in a plastic bag to protect them, along with whatever else they ship them with. So, but they, they do have a great looking layout. I think Mark Mahaffey has taken over the layout of the covers on this series and maybe other series for Revolution, and they look just great. I mean, that's a beautiful looking cover, and then at the bottom, if you flip it up, there's I think that's Jubal Early. Nice little touch there. There's the box back. Claude Whalen is the designer of this game. Roger Miller is the developer. He's the head honcho at Revolution. Map by Rick Barber, counters Charlie Kibler, and box design Mark Mahaffey. All look great, as always. So let's have a look what's inside. Okay, so like most blind swords game, we have the turn track and the broken track, the broken box track, and then the victory point track. All that on one card. There shouldn't be anything on the other side. Oh yeah, just the cover piece. If this was being sold as in the Ziploc version. Here's a unique event descriptions. So the events are different from each side. It's a chit pull game, and some of the chits are going to be these event chits, and the events that the Union get some will be the same as what the Confederate gets, but some will be different. Command Confusion, for example, and a Rally, those are often, both sides get those often, but sometimes there's different ones that each side gets. There's the other side is this would be a player aid that there's going to be another one for the Confederate player, but they'll both be pretty much the same on this side, other than the casualty table. Oh, I should note that this game is not just this game. This is Kernstown. It's the first Battle of Kernstown in 1862, and then the second Kernstown in 1864. So the same map, two separate battles, two complete separate OBs, of course. So when you look at the casualty, you see that fairly closely. They have the result for whether you're playing first Kernstown or second Kernstown. So there we go. Here's the same thing for the Union player, the Union events. And yeah, some of these are the same, some of them are different. And then, as I said, this is pretty much the same player aid, except here the casualties are going to be completely different for the Union, of course. Here's the standard blind swords combat results table. This table is pretty much standard from game to game, but sometimes some of these column shifts can change from game to game. Sometimes target is in woods or light woods. Sometimes there's only one kind of woods. So it all depends on what kind of terrain the map has. And then the close combat shifts are their own separate table. And then on the other side, the cohesion test tables. If you've ever played, you have the fire combat cohesion test tables for if you suffer a result when being fired upon. But then there's a separate one that's a little nastier for a close combat cohesion table, where in addition to the green, yellow, and red, there's also this white column. If you get a poor result, you may end up as the attacker taking some damage. So there's that. Also has a terrain key on it. This is just a second copy of the same thing for the second player. And looks like Kernstown, yeah, we're still in the point in the series where each game has a complete rulebook unto itself. This series evolved into something where in future games they will have a series rulebook and then a game-specific rulebook as well. So they've gone to that double rulebook system. In some ways, I love having the rules in a single book because they're just like all there in one place. But it makes it a little bit trickier to understand right away what's the difference between, what are the changes between this game and previous games in the system. Having the game-specific rules points that out quite obviously. But yeah, not having to look in two places for a single rule is actually kind of nice. The layout of these rule books at this point in the series, they look great. They're on matte paper. If you needed to jot a few notes in, it's totally easy to do. The rules are probably going to take about 20 pages. Yeah, not even 18 pages. And then the scenarios at the back. And that's the rule book. Fairly straightforward. And like I said, easy to read, decent size font, decent amount of white space. And here's the counters. All right, so these are the counters for second Kernstown. Have a look at the back of those as well. Charlie Kibler's counters for this game are, I've always liked them. The color's great. They're easy to read. They may appear somewhat busy, but you can see what you need to see really quickly on these counters. They're great. And then here's first Kernstown and the markers. So different set of leaders, of course, different set of units. A much smaller OB for first Kernstown compared to, that's second Kernstown. There's first Kernstown, and this bottom part is all markers. So much smaller OB for first Kernstown. Pair of dice, and then of course, as always, what I expect to be a lovely Rick Barber map. If you're a fan of Rick Barber's maps and art style, this Blind Sword system was terrific. It was just a place for him to do some of his best work, really. Zoom in so you can kind of see I've got the map upside down. Well, that's all right. It's going to be upside down for somebody, isn't it? But that's, well, yeah, let's have a, see this section here, the little bit of the ridge here. Yeah, that's, I mean, his maps are just so beautiful. I know there's folks who mount those on their, who buy a second copy and mount them on the wall. They like him so much. So anyway, there you have it. That's Kernstown. Two battles of Kernstown, 1862 and 1864 in one box. As always with this series, great looking game. And once you know one, it's really easy to get to know the rest. So I hardly recommend them. Thanks for watching. I'm Grant Lindenberg for Pushing Cardboard. See you next time.